Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at SIP Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. We got a great crowd, a great lineup of guests. Of course, we got great sports talk here, Smokin' Jim. And I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. This is Smokin' Jim Frazier. And I want to thank everybody for all the likes on Facebook. I think when I left the house, there were 3,258, Devin. Devin's our man. Devin Shea checking that out right now. He got the smartphone. I got what's left of my dumb phone collection, so we're good to go. Aaron Ward's helping us to produce this show. Thank you. I want to thank Bethel Park Studios for all their help in getting our shows out. We're on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area, and that's all the way from Nemacolin up to Cranberry. So check us out there. Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park. And of course, we're on YouTube. We have, I think it's over 250 shows now, from special editions. Even Smokin' Jim doing boxing at the Ivy Pittsburgh there a week or two ago. That's all up there. So check out all our Pittsburgh Sportsline shows. And we have another show coming up Thursday night, and we'll be with Jessica Lee and her Jazz Networking Happy Hour. And Devin's proud to be a part of that, so we appreciate him. And we also got word from my best booking agent buddy, Smokin' Jim Frazier. Pittsburgh Passion players will be there. I know Sierra Chick will be there. She's the best running back in the Women's Football League. Wait till you hear her in a special interview we have at Stone Pepper's Grill. Just go down West Liberty Avenue. We'll be there about 5:30 to 8. Jessica Lee lets us do our show for a half hour. We do a mini show. Even Roy's been on there, Roy Rizika. So we have a great time there, and there's a lot of great specials out there, great food. Jeff Joyce is a great owner out there. Make sure you say hi to him, and you heard us on Pittsburgh Sportsline. Now we start with our first segment, and I'm going to do that right now. Smokin' Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
you know what? I forgot my
you
pen.
got to see Levine. Welcome to SIP Sports Bar, the home of the giant build-your-own hamburger sandwich. I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout-out to my main man, Dan the Man. Dan makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago, I had the best meatball hoagie I ever had in my life, and it's because of the Chef Pete's in the back. Big hand for international master photographer Bill Boyce and his beautiful models in the house. Defense wins championships. My all-time favorite middle linebackers have always been Jack Lambert and Dick Butkus. Now my favorite middle linebacker is Ryan Shazier. Listen, I've been an NFL scout for a long time. I watch film on every middle linebacker who's currently in the Hall of Fame, and I've never seen anything like Ryan Shazier. I tell you what, former Pittsburgh Steeler Ziggy Hood was built like Tarzan, but he played like Jane. I tell you what, Ryan Shazier is built like Tarzan, and he plays like Godzilla. And if Jason Worlds and Lawrence Timmons play up to the level of their potential, Ryan Shazier will not only be Defensive Player of the Year, but he'll be NFL Defensive Player of the Year. This is a guy that runs a 4.340. He got an NBA vertical jump of 42. He's super strong. He bench presses 225 for 25 reps. And I tell you right now, if Christopher Columbus can discover America, how come no other NFL team could see the potential in this kid? Because there's no shortage of stupidity in the National Football League. Right now, Jack Lambert and Jack Hammer's already in the Hall of Fame. Pretty soon, Ryan Shazier will be in the Hall of Fame, so we got to give him a nickname. You heard of Lambert's Lunatics. You heard of Franco's Italian Army. You heard of Mean Joe Green. Iron Mike Webster, the bus, Jerome Bettis. Now move over, make room in the Pittsburgh Ring of Fame for Smoking Ryan Shazier.
Is he done talking yet? Anybody? I can't hear anymore. Huh? Smoking Jim, I don't know how you've done this every week since you've been out of the hospital. Well, out of the hospital 2 times. But you're at a new level. The only thing that was bad, and I hate to be critical of you, is I don't understand smoking with Shazier. I thought you'd say Frazier with Shazier. Because I know you're claiming him. Is he related?
We're all cousins.
Okay. Thanks, Smoking Jim. He's just a good man. And anybody that hasn't heard his performance before, he's always like this. He's not just doing it because our featured guest, Sarah's here.
Woo!
We'll bring her up in a few minutes. I have to say what's on my mind. Well, first of all, I was challenged to one of these ice bucket challenges here. So this is the first time I'm ever wearing swimming trunks on our show. So afterwards, we'll take care of it. I asked my best friend to throw a bucket of ice water on me. He refused. So I'll have to search out on the street after the show. But we'll actually have Chris on later on, and she'll describe what she's done and how she got me involved in it. Actually, Smoking Jim, Chip Hayner, Zach Brunner's one of our co-hosts. He'll be here later too, so we'll have some conversation there. But what's on my mind is I want to bring one of my friends up who's been on the show, Rosemary Skaggs. She has a #1 Steeler finger here, and it ties in exactly with what I want to talk about Steeler fans. So if she could come up just for how about a 1-minute interview? I surrender.
Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes.
Whoa. Be loud and proud. We got Smoking Jim here. There we go. Hold that pose for a photo. You put the finger on me, I got it back at you. Photo ops are done.
There you go. I'm out of here.
No, wait. First, I know you're a Steeler fan,
Oh, yeah.
but you're also a businesswoman.
I know.
What kind of business are you in?
I have a State Farm agency.
All right, well, go Steelers. Thanks for coming up
Thank you.
out of your busy schedule. Say hi to Bob Crescent from Empire Investigations here, LLC. Now, my point is, you can see, look what I have here. I'm a Steeler fan, but this is preseason. Now, it's bad enough when you've heard me talk about schizophrenic Steeler fans. We lose a game, we're never going to win a game. And somebody goes around saying every week, 8-8, the Steelers don't want to be great. Now, somebody says that all the time. Then I hear, we win a game. You know what? I was at a great wedding out in the North Hills with a friend of mine and yours, Bruce Conley. And him and Ann got married. And they're friends with Jessica Lee. You'll see him on Thursday. And I forgot to watch the Steelers. I had such a great time that I was driving home and heard about it. And the second half was terrible. So I'm not a schizophrenic Steeler fan. It was preseason, and they're just practicing. So go Steelers, 11-5, and they're #1 today because everybody's happy they won. So I'm glad they don't need their medication. They're all happy. Let's go on with the show and bring some guests up right now.
She hails from California University. She's been featured on almost every magazine, fitness magazine in the country. And I tell you what, I met her in God's country at the Kumite Classic. I'm a big fan. You all will be a big fan after you hear. Come on up, Sarah.
Sarah, I'm glad I got to meet you instead of yelling at you at the parking lot.
Yes.
Across the street. Don't park in the post
I
office.
know.
You're the only person I know that said, I can park there. Well, let's get a picture, Smoking Jim. Look at the camera. He's ready to get you and smile. Well, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me.
Tell them your name, your government name, because he only gives one name out at a time,
Okay.
and he makes up nicknames.
Right.
Like Shazir, Smoking Shazir. I don't know what that is.
Well, my full name is
Okay.
Sarah Werner.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, my full name's Alan Levine.
Okay. The
We're
talking
t-
machine, right? Is
Well, I added
the
that.
nickname?
Yeah, I added
That's-
that myself since people have called me that for years.
Okay.
So
You didn't get that in writing or anything? Like, you go,
sometimes they even make me autograph some things once in a while.
okay.
So that's what happens.
Right.
So I always ask my few questions of people, and
Okay.
they're really tough ones, as you know. I prepped her on this, so hey, Smoking Jim, this is distracting to me
Right.
because they only won one game. He can hold that. He's all in with the Steelers. 8-8 is not great. I don't know what he's predicting. Find out tomorrow night on our live studio show. Now, do you like sports?
Of course.
Were you born in Pittsburgh?
I was.
Oh, then it's in your blood, black
Yeah,
and gold.
For sure. I played sports all my life growing up, and that's what got me involved in all this fitness.
Really?
Mhm.
What's your favorite sport?
To watch or play.
Watch.
I do like to watch the Steelers.
Good
To
point.
play, I played volleyball in college. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Not at Cal U, his alma
Yeah,
mater.
yeah, Cal, you Vulcan.
All these
Woo!
Vulcans, they're giving the sign, Spock. No,
sure,
that's
yeah.
great. And what sports did you play besides volleyball?
I played volleyball in college. I also played basketball and ran track in high school. So that's what got me involved in staying competitive. And then I started competing in fitness competitions after college.
Nice. And where did you grow up in the area?
I grew up in Carrick, actually.
Well, that's
Yep,
right down
city
the street
school.
here.
City
Nice.
School, yeah.
So then you got to be
small
pretty
world.
tough to compete then in the city schools.
I held my own.
There you go. I think that's modest.
Yeah.
If you're in the,
When they going to close Carrick?
I have no idea.
when they close Gateway's the best comeback.
Okay.
That's how I think. He's Gateway centric, so.
Okay.
Now, how did you get into the fitness aspect of it? Just from playing sports and getting in shape?
Yeah, from when I played sports, then my college career ended and I graduated. I wanted to continue to do something because I was so used to training like 3 to 6 hours per day. And my boss at the gym,
Did you say 3 to 6 hours
Yes.
per day?
That's how much training is involved. You know, if you have a 2 to 3 hour practice, you know, and then running and lifting on top of that in college. So when I was done with that, I still wanted to do something. So my boss suggested I do these figure competitions. And at first I was like, a bikini and heels to show how athletic I am? Oh, no, thank you.
All right, mention her heels that she's wearing. He didn't even mention your shoes.
I'm pretty tall in these shoes. So I did it, and then my pictures surfaced in different publications, and a lot of good things have happened along my journey the last 10 years, and it's been absolutely amazing. And I love doing what I do, and now I run fitness camps for women to continue to pay it forward and help other women become healthier and start working out and just, you know, increase their self-esteem. And we work out in a non-judgmental environment because I think the gym is
What do
intimidating
you
to most
mean by
women.
non-judgmental? No mirrors and
Just we are in our own little aerobic room with no other like men or outsiders.
Whoa.
Because I rent out the whole gym, so we just have like
And
one
where is
space.
this?
This was in South Point. I'm looking for a new location for my next camp, which will be November 1st, and that will probably be in Bridgeville.
Okay. So you're
Or
looking
we
up-
can look in Monroeville.
Yes!
We can make it work. So,
Oh, look at that
anyone
puppy
has a
dog face
facility,
there.
You know.
You know what? I heard he has a big basement. Maybe you can
Oh, there
have
we
it
go.
there.
Can we have like 30 women come to the
In
basement?
his house.
Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
I don't think he's complaining,
You
right?
said the wrong thing. Yes. Yes is the answer.
Yeah.
Normally we talk serious sports, but we do have a sense of humor, so
Well,
that
good.
fit right in.
Good.
You'll fit right in, and now you made it to Pittsburgh Sports Line here.
I am so excited to be here today, and I brought you guys presents. I want to talk about sense of humor.
Okay. You know what? Don't hold back anymore. Look at him. He's going to
Okay.
start a fire rubbing those hands
So this
together.
is what you guys get, and I typically give these out at camp, but you've earned one today for having me on your show. So
Wow.
I think it's your color,
Yes, it is.
It goes with my eyes.
and you get one too. And then I was requested to bring photos, so
Who asked you that? Because
You.
I never get to see him. Hold it. Wait.
You get a vote.
What?
You get-
I won't
you
get
get-
any.
you get
Watch
one,
this.
he gets one.
I have to put him up like this because
Okay.
he's greedy. Just watch what happens. There's one, then there's two, and then watch what happens. Did you see this one too?
But guess what? I did see that on a previous episode, so I wrote your name on one. So take that. So you get one now.
Let me shake your hand. That's a Pittsburgh Sports Line first.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done it. And the other thing that she did that nobody does is they promote us once, but nobody's promoted and then given me a nice feminine shirt to
Yeah,
wear also.
looks
So I mean,
great.
that gets you. I'm going to wear that when I get that ice bucket thrown on
Oh,
me.
you should. That would be
I was
awesome.
not going to wear a shirt, so I don't know what I should do. I might need some
Hey, Al,
coaching.
we got something for Sarah.
Ooh.
A surprise for Sarah for coming
Another
on.
new Bethel Park TV
Yeah,
first.
This is the first. I'm gonna take this garbage bag home. My garbage man's coming tomorrow.
Oh my God, really? Wow. Oh my, it's not. okay.
Hold it. Hold it.
Oh wow, that's so funny.
Oh, did I have it wrong?
Hold it. Wait. I'll block our sign so you can do that. Okay? How's
That's
that?
hilarious. That's awesome.
That's Sarah's first
Yeah.
ever photo.
Whoa.
Advertisement.
I got to block myself here
Oh,
for a
that's
second.
hilarious.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, Jim.
Yes.
You want to just leave that in front of you?
Make Cal you proud.
Awesome. Thanks, Jim. We had one of these at the South Point, like up, right? Is this the one? Yeah. Okay.
Leave it to Smoking
Yeah.
Jim.
That's thanks to Gentleman Jim Duffy, All Shades of
Oh,
Beauty.
that's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
You don't see stuff like this on normal sports
I
talk
love
TV.
it. Awesome.
And you even brought one of your coworkers here too.
I did. I
He's looking
recruited
for
a
the
coworker.
radio channel. There.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't say it was that bright, but
Hold it now. You actually work at the post office?
I do work at the post office.
He's not going to go
across the
postal
street.
on us then.
He might, but he just retired, so he.
Oh, if he retired, he's happy. We're not listening to him. Just ignore him, okay?
So
He looks
anyway,
nonviolent tonight.
tonight because he's been relaxing at home for the last couple weeks, but
Oh, have he? Oh, he has? Nice.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad and honored to actually get a photo from somebody that's here. And Sindel actually did that last week. She actually gave me a photo that was signed to me.
okay.
Yeah, so we're getting a trend here.
Yeah, you go. I do,
Did
I
you see
wonder-
how
I wonder-
possessive he was?
I do. I do wonder what you do with these photos. You probably have so many.
He has a shrine at home.
Okay.
There's
a
a
little
room.
scary there. I don't know.
The room is now an addition to his house.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's twice the size of his house.
Just all photos of moms.
Well, it has
these
to
men.
be.
Yeah, I see that.
Not
Hey.
on, not on. Whoa, she's strong. Wow, I think I have a concussion. He's a model expert. Plus, he's an NFL scout.
Yeah.
He's a boxing expert. He has so many different titles that it's
Accolades,
unreal.
that's
None of them
amazing.
are from Cal U, though.
I got more jobs than a Jamaican.
We don't get that one. Can you explain that stuff? Hold on, we got a guest here. Do you have any questions for Sarah?
Yeah, anything else you want to know?
No. Well, I just want to know more about your
Okay.
fitness program. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, you have a fitness camp. How do they get a hold of you, and then what will they learn? And then why should they come to your place?
Okay, that's multiple questions.
Well,
in there.
you're
So
very
one-
smart.
Okay,
Anybody
so here we
that
go.
gives 2 photos,
Yeah, I got it.
one with my name
I'll
on
do
it,
my
I know
best.
you're an expert.
I'll do my best to
And I'll
answer
fill
all
you back in.
facets
Okay.
of this question. One, how they get
That's
to
the easiest
contact
one.
me
Yeah.
is you can go on my website, which is www.sarah S-A-R-A-H Werner WERNERT.com, and there's a Train with Me link. You can fill that in, and it will send me an email.
I've been to your website.
So what do you think?
It was nice.
Okay,
It was
thank
nice. Except it's only for girls, so I can't
you. Well,
go.
the fitness camp is only for women. Yes.
And Smoke and Jim will go.
Yeah, you can come, hang out.
He will do
You know,
that.
yeah. High five,
He
everybody.
volunteers.
There you go.
I have a question.
Okay, it's a question.
One of our great guests, Stephanie Perry, she's also was a client of yours.
She
What
was.
did you do to help Stephanie in her first contest?
Stephanie is an amazing individual. She has a great physique, and she came to one of my camps, and I helped her coach her through her first competition, where she took third. She did amazing and looked great. And yeah, she's a great client, and we're still friends today. And I'm trying to
That's a
convince her
bonus.
to do. You never know; they get a little crazy when they get a low carb on you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me just throw that out there.
Okay, I just wondered. So don't
she's
go
great.
low carb.
And you can go low carb, but just warn your friends that you're going to get a little angry.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I don't get angry when I'm on low carbs.
Okay, how long do you do low carbs?
Well, I take some carbs. I do
Okay.
like a modified Atkins to
Okay.
try to keep my shape.
And you don't get angry?
No, I get more
Okay.
pleasant.
Okay, great. Well, then
Yeah.
you're.
I
in
don't
a
have all those
small-
hormones jumping
small
around.
bun- Yeah,
I think that's part
all
of
the
it.
estrogen.
We're not gonna get into those-
crazy that already.
Well, we're
so-
bombarded with it. We're not going to talk about all that stuff. I
Yeah.
know a little nutrition, but we
Okay.
try to stay. We need to stay away from the estrogen, except for my man here. So.
Okay, we'll try to stay focused on
All
this
right.
fitness.
But did you have Stephanie run here? Because it looks like the first time she did an interview, she ran
Yes.
from Brookline to get here.
I told her she must run if you're going to come to the show.
Now
you have to run.
now I understand why she could get a little irritable.
Yeah. So said, if you're going to come, you have
Well,
to
I'm glad
work
you're
out
still
first.
friends and you advise her low carbs when you're in competition.
Yes.
Now, do you do low carbs and get cranky too?
I've been doing this so long that I kind of understand my body, and when I know I'm going to go low carb, I kind of just hide out and, try not
Away from people.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit.
Well, that
when
makes
it's close
sense.
to something, but
You just
I
go to
manage
work.
It. I
Do you-
manage it well.
Do you
I think.
deliver mail?
I do deliver mail
Oh, well,
every day.
that's good. No wonder
Yeah.
that helps your cardio.
It does. I walk for 10 hours a day, every day. So,
That's the secret, smoking Jim.
Well-
10 hours of walking.
yeah, it's a lot. 8 to 10, depending on overtime. So
Well,
that-
you're working for us. You work for the government, so we appreciate it.
Yes.
Thanks for delivering, 6 days a week?
Yep, we're still 6 days a week, and we'd like to stay that way.
And good luck in negotiations. So.
Yeah, we'll probably need it.
Now back to your fitness.
Yeah, back to, so I only got like one.
You got
part
one question and
answered.
3 interruptions.
Yeah, it's okay. So then, my fitness camp, I will teach them all different techniques that I've learned over the last 12 years of training and
Well,
different
how do you
styles.
start them out? I'm always curious. What would you start them out with?
Well, most times I have them. I mean, we come to camp on November 1st.
Okay.
So we talk, and then we do a warm up, and then we do some like cardio, and then some weight training.
So
that
you have
day.
a basic plan
Yeah. It's,
just
and
to see their fitness levels.
correct.
'Cause you're
And
watching 'em.
Everyone just goes at their own pace. So if I have someone doing that's at a very high level, like Stephanie, she could do a full burpee, down to a push-up, jump up, clap her hands. Whereas maybe
More
my
than
mom.
once? More than once?
Well, of course, more than once. I remember you interviewed her. She didn't break a sweat running a mile here, right?
Very
So
true.
she can do a one
Why,
burpee.
You are the
That's for
greatest
sure.
guest today. We've never
Today.
had anybody
So-
critique an interview that I've done. How did I do?
You did great. That was my research.
You can see I was a little nervous there.
But so she might do like that, or my mom, that's at maybe, an older woman would do just drop down on the ground and then stand up or something.
Right.
Everyone would just go at their own pace.
Well,
So
I
that's
don't
how
think
the fitness
everybody,
camp-
especially women, have the upper body strength that Stephanie's talking about.
Right, definitely not every
Right?
woman. Not the average woman does it. It's for
Exactly.
sure because she
and,
is.
and I'm glad we're doing the Stephanie Terry show a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
'Cause
she's
didn't
not
wanna be
getting
called
an
out.
interview. She's not getting an interview because she's low carbon right now.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And she's always so pleasant. I actually thought she was 18.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I found out she's 21.
I know. I was shocked. She's only 21.
Yeah.
She looked so young.
I
yeah.
know, I
I saw them card her.
I know. They
Yeah,
have to.
they have to.
Under
She
the
looks
age
so
of
young.
30, they have to no matter what. And
Right.
since she looked 18.
She was definitely getting carded.
21's not bad.
Awesome. Yeah.
Now about you and your camp. So now
Yeah.
the second day, now you get serious.
Well, no, the camp is only a 2-hour camp. It's only a one-day event where we go through all these things.
See how I
Everyone-
needed help in the interview?
Yeah, so I'm telling you what's going on. It's good.
Okay.
It's okay. And everyone will get a shirt or some kind of fitness goodie at the camp. That's what typically happens.
Smoking Jim.
I can't wait to see these on you. This would be good.
Yeah. I survived
Yeah.
Fit Camp. That's awesome. So it's a 2-hour camp.
It's a 2-hour workout for all fitness levels.
And then what do they do after that? Because then they're going to need help.
So after that, I actually send them home with all kind of fitness goodies, proteins, bars, keep them on track. And then if they want to do my online program or train with me one-on-one, they can contact me after that. But this has been my solution to reach multiple women all at one time because I do have a full-time postal job.
understand that.
I have my own training, and then I also have clients that are already in my home studio that I've had for years and years.
Now
so
I got a personal question.
yeah.
When do you sleep?
Barely ever.
Okay. Thank you. We'll move on.
Yeah.
That
That
made
was
it real
easy.
quick.
Yeah.
We won't even debate that.
Exactly. So I think I might be giving him a run for his money with the amount of jobs that I have too. Yeah, it's the way to be, right?
It's
Productive.
possible.
We
But
can
he
sleep when
keeps
we're
get-
dead.
Well, we all know that. But every once in a while, you got to recharge your battery.
True.
Right? Your body regenerates again, and
Right.
you want the cells to.
This is why I'm having this night, my relaxing night,
With
talking
us.
to you guys.
Wow.
It's amazing.
These compliments will get you another guest appearance.
Yes.
But I would like something maybe with I don't know, like
A little
a
more
t-shirt
coverage.
instead of straps. I don't really
I'll
wear
work
the
on that.
straps, but in your next one,
I'll work on
you
it.
don't have to give us any more. You were
Okay.
over the top on it. And I wish you the best of luck. Now, how do they get a hold of you again, just to repeat this?
Okay, you can go to my website, www.sarahwernert, SarahWernert.com, and you can fill out the Train With Me form, and then it will send me an email, and we can contact each other from there.
Now, to find out a little bit more, how expensive is something like this?
It depends on your goals and what
The length of time
the
that you'll
length
stay
of
with it?
time. I offer mostly 8-week packages, and we can talk about other lengths of time or needs
Well,
from there.
that's why I want them to contact you,
Yeah.
just so they have an idea.
Right.
And she's so nice to talk to, and online you don't even have to talk to her until you sign up or something, right?
Right. Well, but if they would rather talk by phone, I can call them. I will.
Do you want to give out a number to call you? Or?
I can give out a number. My number is 412-559.
Right on the back of the photo.
6090. And this is for fitness inquiries only, please.
Say it again so then he's not confused.
Okay. 412-559-6090.
Sarah, you've been a great guest.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the
having me.
goodies,
Thanks, Jim. It's great seeing you.
and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
I want to introduce a friend of mine who's well known in the area. He's a great musician, been around for years. I actually heard him years ago. He had darker hair like mine was years ago.
More hair.
Well, definitely, but that's what happens. Rick Purcell, I ended up meeting him in person with Jessica Lee at Jazz Networking that she does. And I've followed him around. I'm not at a groupie stage yet.
You're getting there.
I don't know what the number for a groupie is. 30?
You'll get there.
Okay. Why don't you introduce yourself? He's right from Mount Lebanon around
Yeah, I live
here.
right up the road in Mount Lebanon. I'm a lifelong musician. I've been very fortunate. I've never had any other job. Going back to about 9th grade, I started working
That
jobs.
is awesome in itself.
In fact, the last time I was home for New Year's Eve was 8th grade. So
Wow.
every year, New Year's
You
Eve.
ran away then?
Yeah, that was it. Right down the road, man. I haven't stopped
You
since.
had paying gigs ever since.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome.
Very lucky. I went to Carnegie Mellon for music, which was
Wow.
more of a classical background in the 70s. But I was helping put my way through school with my own 8-piece horn band that was called Sanctuary back in the early 70s.
Yeah, that's where I think I.
Well, we used to play the Staircase and Mancini's and the
I think
Zodiac.
I know
the
I saw you
Arras,
back
all
then.
that stuff.
Definitely.
And then when I graduated, I got hooked up a bunch of us from school, put a band together, and we spent 5 years traveling the country playing hotels. Because back in those days, every Holiday Inn, every Hilton,
They had entertainment.
Sheraton, Marriott, they had entertainment 6 nights a week.
Right.
So we would be able to play a month at a hotel. You get free rooms, you get free food. And that lasted 5 years until everybody got married.
Yeah.
And that kind of pulled everything apart. But it was time. And
Those
my
things
father,
happen.
Jack Purcell, was a well-known
Well-
musician all his life in Pittsburgh. He
Right.
started out in the 30s, and he actually gigged until about 2007. And
Really?
he just died last year at almost 95 years old.
I'm sorry to hear that. He had
So
a
I
great
came,
life.
yeah, I came home off the road with my wife Vera, who's with me tonight, and I decided to go in business with my father. And what we basically did, and I still do most of the time, is what we call the private party music business.
Right.
A lot of country club work, weddings, conventions. We've spent a lot of time in our life backing up stars when they came to the arena. or the Syria Mosque or
Sure.
other places. We contract the orchestra, and work with them and
Smoking
stuff.
Jim's gonna have to hear you play.
Yeah.
He missed
One of my most fun nights, I was still in college, and my dad contracted 15 horn players to be on stage with James Brown.
Oh.
We only played about 10 tunes that he had those kind of arrangements. But he had 3 horns, 2 drummers, the keyboards, everything, and we got to sit there, and we weren't playing, watch him perform. It was unbelievable.
Could he still do the splits and all?
Oh, he
that
was
then?
doing everything. I mean, this is the early 1970s.
Wow.
So
He was in prime
he was
time
doing the
stuff.
cape off the stage and back and off the stage. I mean, it was amazing,
These are the stories you can hear, but you have to hear him play. He plays with Jessica Lee, Sherry Richards.
Sherry Richards and I do a lot of work together.
Right.
She's with my private party band. We do a lot of duo work. A
And
lot
they're
of people.
excellent. Tell them the songs that you play,
Well,
the
we
different
play
genres
everything.
that you play.
With Sherry and I, we do everything from jazz and standards to blues to southern rock to classic rock to contemporary stuff. We'll be doing some Amy Winehouse.
Right.
We'll do some Black Eyed Peas with our band. Just a real wide variety of stuff. It's a lot of fun. And when you get to do the private parties, there's some pretty good money involved, and you can actually make a living at it. I've been very
And you
fortunate.
seem successful, but
Yeah,
I want to talk sports with you.
Yeah, well-
because that's how we hit up a couple conversations.
Well, let me tell you, Alan, if I wasn't a musician, there's only one other thing I could do
What's that?
for a living, and that would be a sportscaster or a sports writer, because I'm a nut about sports.
I heard.
When I was 5 years old, I used to get up in the morning, and I'd look at the Pirate box score, then I'd look at what they did the night before, and I would compute their averages for the day.
No way. Did
Every
you play
day.
sports at all?
Not too much. I wasn't
Yeah.
very athletic. I played a little league baseball and
Right.
played a
But
little.
you just
golf.
had a love of
I
baseball
loved it, and I got to know some of the guys. My dad used to play in the Steeler band years and years ago at Pitt Stadium, and I
Really?
get to go with him when I was a kid and be on the sidelines with players and stuff. It was a lot of fun, and I got to meet a couple of the guys that way and stuff.
Oh, sure.
It was a lot of fun. So I got really into sports. My father was really into sports. My brother was really into sports.
Right.
So even though we were all full-time musicians, when we got together and talked, it was sports.
I wondered why, because I've talked to him in between sets. Like today, the Pirates are losing 6-2.
6-2. Well, Vance Worley had a very good, efficient first 3 innings. He only threw 60 pitches. So if he has a
He's
complete
sarcastic,
game,
too.
if he has a complete game, he only needs 180. But he did give up 6 in the first. He seems to have settled down. Marte hit a home run.
That helps.
Walker hit a home run. But we had a couple guys on after Marte's home run, and somebody hit into Alvarez struck out.
That's not surprising right
Yeah,
now.
what's wrong with him?
Well, I think it's just from here up.
I know it is. I mean, the guy.
Look at the throw he made yesterday at home plate. He might as well just thrown it out of the stadium.
The guy has all the talent in the world. I mean, last year he led the National League in home runs.
What did you call him last year?
MVP.
Yeah.
He doesn't call him that this year.
And he had 100 RBIs, but he made a lot of errors last year too. But this year, the funny thing about his errors is he will make a diving play, and from his knees he will throw a guy out.
Right.
And the next play will be a routine ground ball, and he'll throw the ball 30 feet over Ike Davis's head.
Well, that's why I say it's the
It's
neck
in
and
the-
above,
yeah,
because
neck
it's
and
just
above.
his head. We've seen enough sports. What do you think about the Pirates in general here?
Well, this year, this last week, they've kind of lost it. I think the season's pretty much toast. And the biggest problem with the Pirates, I mean, with all the problems of injuries and Alvarez and everything, let's face it, it's the bullpen. Last year, they had one of the best bullpens.
They overachieved, I say.
Maybe they did, but they were one of the best in the business. Now they're one of the worst. You know, they only blew about, 10, 12 saves last year? I
Right.
think they're over 20 now.
They had that in about the first 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Blown
and
saves.
if you had 5 less blown saves, they would be 69 and 55 and right there. So the bullpen's been the biggest problem, and I'm not sure Melanson is an answer at closer for the
He
long
doesn't
haul.
seem like a closer.
He
from
doesn't
what I see.
have the killer attitude. The last 2 years when Gurley was out there, when he wasn't hurt and he was doing good,
Right.
when he was on fire, you knew that game was over.
Right.
And when he got anybody out, and at the expression, the emotion, Melanson he seems like he's just hoping he can get through it.
Yeah, I know, but some guys aren't emotional.
That's true.
That's the thing.
That's
And
true.
he may not be one of those guys. I don't think he is.
I think a closer has to be. It's a killer instinct.
Right.
And last year, Melanson was probably the best eighth inning guy in all of baseball.
Yeah, he was.
When he got the eighth inning, it was done. It was 1, 2, 3, 99% of the time.
Right, he did change when he filled in for Grilly.
Yeah,
he
but-
wasn't
and he
a
did a good
success.
job.
He did a decent job, but he did
Yeah.
have a couple blown
I just
saves.
don't think he has the closer mentality. That's all.
So you think it's toast for this season?
I think so. Well, they're only a game and a half out of the
The
second
wild
wild
card.
card.
Yeah, but that's
they've got this. You can't blow leads like this.
Well, they're 5.5 out of the first place
Yeah,
right now.
you can't blow leads when you're up 3-0 in the eighth inning. When you score 3 runs in the top of the ninth, like yesterday, to take a 5-4 lead.
Right.
I'm sorry. Last year, Grilly closes that game out,
Yep, I got to agree with you.
and Melanson let it go.
Well, let's talk something positive. Steelers.
Well, I'm agreeing with you. I think this team is going to be a lot better than they were last
Okay.
year. My son, who lives in L.A., is a big fan too, and we talk daily.
Tell them to like Pittsburgh Sports Line.
Yeah, I will.
We have
I
a
will.
lot of California, Las Vegas people that actually like us to look forward to some of our things. He can
California.
watch your video.
California, you're looking at like there's more Steeler fans out there than anywhere, except for maybe Pittsburgh. My son lives in L.A. He says there's Steeler bars everywhere.
Right.
The one he goes to is Hooters in Hollywood. But they
Smoking
close
Jim, we
up.
might have to
Yeah.
go on a road trip.
They take a big sign. It's called Steeler Country. They put over the Hooter sign during Steeler games, and you cannot get into the place unless you wear
Really?
black and gold because they have so many people trying to get in.
Wow.
And then he was on business last year in San Francisco, and he was so afraid about not being involved in a Steeler bar
Yeah.
for the game, but he was over the weekend still staying for the business stuff, and next to his hotel was a Steeler bar.
Isn't that amazing?
My wife and I were in Prague, Czech Republic. There was a Steeler bar.
I just saw a friend of mine in China. She had the Steeler, towel up there. She's waving the towel.
And I just think they're going to be better. I really do. I think they've got a little bit more help for Ben. I think the receivers will be okay. The running backs look like they're going to give him a little more.
Well,
the offensive line was bad for a while, but the last
They've
8
won a
games,
Super Bowl with bad offensive line, so to me, I don't worry about
That's
it.
true, but
I
the
worry
last-
if they can catch the ball
Yeah.
and somebody can run the ball once in a while.
But the last 8 games of last year, there was only 7 sacks on Ben. So they
Well,
improved that.
the last half, you're right in tune with it. They were 6 and 2.
6-2. I mean-
And if somebody doesn't run out of bounds, I've been saying it every week since the preseason started.
Oh.
If you're a champion, you get the touchdown. If not, you step out of bounds.
I couldn't
And then they
believe
go
it.
to the playoffs.
Yeah, they were 1 play away from the playoffs.
That's how simple it was.
And if
As
you
bad
get
as
into-
they played all
Right.
year.
And if you get into the playoffs, if you have a quarterback like Ben,
Right.
if you have Ben or Peyton, one of those elite quarterbacks, anything can happen in the playoffs.
I agree with
Because
you.
those guys, other than Peyton in last year's Super Bowl, most of the time they elevate their play.
Hey, Smoking Jim, I'm going to have to bring
He's
him up
good.
again.
Yeah,
Just because
I
of
like
what you
this.
covered. Now, I'm the talking machine,
I'm
and you
the-
got more words in than me. I've been counting them.
Well-
He's about 35 words ahead of me. I'm going to have to kick him off the show.
right.
But before I do, I want you to tell Smoking Jim and all your fans out here where you're going to be next,
Where am I going to be next?
if you can remember.
The problem is there's not too many.
Anywhere local? You have
and
anything coming up?
I have all private stuff this weekend, all private stuff
Okay.
next weekend. I
Well,
know I'm
then-
going to be at the Pub and Pizza. You saw me there. Duke's Pub and Pizza on Sunday, September 14th. Sherry Richards and I, 6 to 9.
You
And
know
also
what? We
September
made-
5th, there's a Friday, September 5th, the HYP Club, that's now the Allegheny Club HYP Club.
Right, they combine. It's a great place.
They're starting a series of First Fridays. In fact, Jessica was who got me involved in this, and Sherry Richards and I will be there September 5th. That's from like 7 to 9.
Wow.
So they're trying to encourage some people to come in, maybe to up their membership. I don't know.
Sure,
and
that's
show
always
off their
behind
place.
it. It's
Oh,
a beautiful place.
Yes,
When
yeah.
you talk about classy places in Pittsburgh, I've been there for a couple different things. It's fantastic.
good.
Well, we'll look forward to you, Smoking Jim, the 14th of September.
14th, it's a Sunday, 6 to 9. There's no
Sunday.
Steeler game that day. There's
On
no
that
Steeler
happy
game.
note, we'll call you back up again to
I
come
love
up
it.
here, all
The
right?
Talking Machine.
Thank you.
Smoking
Great job.
Jim.
Great job.
All right, buddy.
Chris Hustler, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's about time I made it up here.
I've been trying for over a year, and you said no. Look at that.
I finally made it to the hot seat.
You did.
Yes, I did.
Definitely. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
unusual circumstances.
No,
Why don't
it's-
you tell the folks why you're here, okay?
I'm here tonight because I nominated Al Levine, Jim Frazier, Chip Hayner, and the Zach Brenner to do the ALS Ice Water Challenge. And guess what? You're doing it.
I volunteered. I said I'd do it right outside Sib Sports Bar on my show.
I know, I can't wait.
We're going to video it, and it may not be put up like everybody wants it right away, but I got two experts here, Aaron Ward, Devin Shea. They're going to make sure they get that on film.
Absolutely.
And anybody that has a phone, if they want to record something, at least show that I'm an honest man, like Smoking Jim.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm Facebook junkie. Don't worry, I got this covered.
I know. I just wanted to give you a little crumb because it'll end up being like a wedding cake.
Exactly.
I understand that. And your video is very nice with you
Thank
taking
you.
a little ice water.
Do you know, I took it on the coldest day, too. It was 62 degrees.
It'll be 75 when I go out here
I know,
tonight.
I'm jealous.
I might even take my shirt off here.
Wait, are they clapping you on?
Yeah, some are, some aren't.
I know, I see that.
Whatever that means. But I want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Anything else happening in your life you want to talk about? Because you guys always got things going on. I see, aren't you like, what's this, gym mom or something?
Yes, I'm the gym
I
mom.
at least got to promote something for you.
That's good, thank you. Yes, I am the gym mom.
That's why I carry both sides of the conversation, as Jim Ajay says sometimes. Just here to help.
I can honestly say gym mom has been slacking, but there's a remodel going on at the gym right now, so that's
He
why
wants us
I've
to
been
look
slacking.
at him. Thanks. He
So,
just
yeah.
comes up with random photos while we're talking, especially me. We'll just look and smile. Let Chris at least smile.
Got it?
Yeah,
Remember, just because you do the challenge doesn't opt you out of donating.
I understand that.
How did he just butt in?
Where'd we get him
How'd that
from?
happen? See, this is my spot for once. Let me have my time.
Edit that. Please edit that out of there. That won't be edited. It's just part of what we do here.
Gotcha.
So the gym mom's been slacking.
Yes, she has been slacking, but we decided to move on to bigger and better things, which is our family time.
Okay.
So we're no longer we're part of it. We just don't have the responsibility of what we had before, which is nice because it gives us time. It gives Elizabeth time to be a kid. So right now there's some new people taking over. It's Mike, Josh, and Justin.
I saw that.
Yes,
Very
they're
good guys.
awesome guys.
You could.
Yep,
You
top
couldn't
tier.
have asked for any better. I like the name.
Yep, so they're in the middle of a reconstruction. They're redoing the entire gym, but I'm
Just
gonna
so
be
they
back
keep
there
that
tomorrow.
little cage. They got to keep the little cage. That's all I'm talking. I was there.
Absolutely.
I was there.
I've been
I
in
went
it.
through the maze. I know. I went through the maze to get there. It's amazing.
It is. It absolutely is. But yeah, so I'm back on focus, back on track as of this week. But
Good.
yes,
Well, I'm glad you made it. And if you stick around after the show.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh, I thought you were leaving.
Oh,
Get
no.
out of here.
Okay.
Go.
No,
Go.
I'm gonna go stand over there. I'll have
Okay.
my phone. Okay.
All
It's
right,
nice
thanks.
seeing you guys.
It's a pleasure, Chris.
You're welcome.
International model, Sindel Barnes.
Anybody
Oh,
that
wait a
does-
minute, let's see the shoes.
There's no zippers this week.
No, there's bows. So. A little bow.
I like to surprise my guests once in a while. And since you've been promoting us out there and putting a good word out there, I appreciate that. I'm
Not
really
a
thankful.
problem.
And since you did come here and we started the show right when you got here, it was like the synchronicity of the universe. So
Not a
welcome
problem.
aboard.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I wasn't expecting to be here today, so I really appreciate it. On the ALS challenge, I actually got nominated twice today.
Wow.
So I'll be partaking in that as well. I'm going to do mine tomorrow, but I'm not really.
Well, you don't look dressed for the...
No, I'm not.
We better
and,
smile with Bill. He wants a smile.
I'm a little nervous about it. I'm not a fan of cold weather, anything cold, so I'm a little mad at my friends. I am donating as well. I don't think that you should just do one or the other, so I'm doing that as well.
Well, that's
we'll
great.
see how that turns. So you'll hear me screaming in the
Well,
background.
then this is late breaking news that you're in there. Where are you going to be doing this at?
I'm actually just going to do
Smoking
it.
Jim wants to know.
I'm actually just going to do it right outside of my house, so in the
Where do
middle
you
of my
live?
yard. Can't tell you all that.
She's a private
Pittsburgh.
person here.
Pittsburgh.
Of course. That's why you're on Pittsburgh Sports Line.
Yeah. So I mean, I love it here. So I really appreciate that. You guys keep having me back. I had a
Well,
great
you
time
can just
last
be in the
week,
background, but because you've been promoting us so much and you were a great guest last week, I figured
Thank
I'd
you.
bring you up.
Well, I didn't tell Zach this yet, but I'm going to attempt to break his record. He doesn't know it. He's not listening right now.
Don't worry, he watches all the shows.
But, I'm gonna
33 is the
attempt it.
number. Zach Brenner has the record for guest appearances
I know,
and
that's a
showing
lot.
up on our show. Mario Tempest was close, and he's starting a streak again. He might be a little bit ahead of you on a streak, so I sense
That's
a battle
okay.
here.
That's all right. That's all right.
And at Pittsburgh Sports Line, we love competition.
That's all right. I like a little competition too, so we'll see about that. So
Okay, good luck to you.
thank you very
It's a
much,
pleasure.
guys. I really appreciate it. I'll be
Great
back.
job. Great job, sitting down.
Zach Brenner,
This was for Charlie Gard. I was going to do a magic trick and make this pencil
He's
disappear,
not here.
but he didn't show up tonight.
no,
So-
his wife is sick, he said.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
So may everybody get well and see you when we see you.
I do have another magic
is
trick
that?
for you folks at home.
What do you got going on here? It's
Check it
magic
out.
night.
Just check it out. Just feel it out. Hand it to Smoking Jim.
I'm showing every side. I'm amazed.
Are you? Be prepared, Jim. Be prepared.
What is this? We got magic. Hold it. Let him hold that. Batman come out of a little Smoking Jim for all of you that don't know. Smoking Jim is known as Batman because he disappears from almost every event we're at, and he'll leave early on this one so he won't see us getting wet.
I know.
Oh, that was good.
You're getting more gifts.
Yay!
I'm so glad you can't take this photo because it's signed to me.
I didn't get one.
She didn't know you were here.
Poor taste. Poor taste.
You can have mine then.
That says the owl. All right, well, we can change that. Could you make that BC? Across okay. That'll work.
I help my people out here. Zach Brenner's been with us. He set the streak. Then he got a position on the show.
Well, this is the color for anybody from Steel Valley.
You want mine? No, I can't give you
I heard
this.
you got cousins in Arizona right now wearing that in the yard.
What do you mean by yard? Their home field advantage, or are they an away team?
Jim knows what I'm talking about.
I'm just an innocent babe here.
So does DMX. To name a few.
First,
You know DMX?
since I'm not sure how much time we have left, but I'd rather do what's on our mind with you. What's on your mind?
Well, obviously, the Buckos are on a downward spiral. It's 6-3 right now.
They're coming back.
They're coming back. The
It's only
comeback
the fourth
kids.
inning.
Hey, Jim Frazier's bet is you're looking good. You're looking better by the game
What's that?
for the Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy
Look at
money.
heavy
Last
money.
week's heavy money.
Heavy money.
He doubled up.
I bet he did.
He did. He's a smart man. When it comes to gambling, I don't promote it. We're a family show, but he's a known gambler.
Hey, it only matters if you lose, and then Macaroni Tony's chasing you around.
Just
So-
checking with my man. What else is going on, Zach?
What else is on my mind?
Quit looking at Sarah.
I want to give a shout out to a good friend of the show and a huge fan, Steve Chambers. Just got a big fight on Showtime. He's
When?
going to fight Berto. It's going to be big. It's going to be a big payday for Steve. It's coming up on September 6th.
Steve Usher? Or Chambers?
Yeah. Well, Steve Upshur is Steve Chambers.
Okay.
Eddie Chambers' little brother. So he'll be calling into the show tomorrow night. Obviously, this won't be out in time for the people to know
It
that,
could
but
be, but
he'll be calling in tomorrow night, so look forward to that tomorrow night. a nice little interview from Stevie Upshur. We got the most
Excellent.
exclusive boxing here in the city of Pittsburgh. Don't mind me, I got some sinus things going on. I can't hear out of my
Do
ear.
you? Because I've never heard you so low on this.
Yeah.
Wait do you get dunked with water too?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm so blessed at the same time. I've never been more nominated for more things other than Golden Quill Awards to get this Ice Bucket Challenge. I've been nominated 4 times in the last 2 days, so it's time.
You're very popular.
Me and Levine are gonna get dunked. I knew Juicy J was gonna find a way to back out and chicken out of getting dunked with water.
No, I discovered where the heavy money actually went. I just found out a little while ago. There was a bank transfer. Heavy money went to ALS. He already funded it through a donation of heavy money. Your heavy money you gave him. It's official. That heavy money spends all over the world.
No. We need some real money, Jim Frazier.
That wasn't real?
No, we need some real money, man. We need some real money.
Well, it may happen.
It's a
there.
great cause. Lou Gehrig's disease, for those of you that don't know.
Sure, to cure it, it's disabling. It causes death.
I mean, it's debilitating pretty much, you know.
It is.
It just wipes you out, and it's probably one of the more worst diseases that you could get.
It's a tough one out there, and I'm glad to participate in this, although it's a surprise. When do you ever see me wearing my swimming trunks?
Not often, folks. Not often.
Not even for the aquatic center.
I know, the aquatic center. Well, we haven't even really had a day above 90 degrees, so, you know, global warming is real, folks. For those of you, you know, global warming, that's the heating of the earth, and the glaciers are melting, and the sea level's
Not
rising.
in Pittsburgh. Not in Pittsburgh. Well, that's for our
Let's
weather
stick
show.
to the blueprint,
We'll do
yeah.
that another. I just wanted to interrupt here that Sammy Vasquez couldn't make it tonight, so Team Vasquez will be here next week. They'll be here.
I got some in my eye.
That's all right. Don't cry. Don't cry. I understand that they will be back. He'll bring his belt. Can't wait to see it.
Hey.
Another great boxer in Pittsburgh, bringing home the belt.
Hey, the next card is rumored to be in November.
No, November 14th.
Lightning Rod Salka will be in the main event on that
You're
fight.
okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
You
It's
know what?
better
We
now.
need that check.
Yeah, we do.
You should go to a doctor.
Hey, we need some health insurance there at Pittsburgh Sports Line.
We're working on it. See the magazine. The magazine may be back. All right, Zach's back. We got the blueprint out there. See
Jim
the magazine.
Frazier got
We
the
got a lot of
blueprint.
interest out there. The ads are still the same price. We're going to 10,000 magazines out there, over 420 places I delivered personally, and another 35 in the neighborhood too, businesses and everything else. So we'll check it out. That's a little promo for Pittsburgh Sports Line. And you know we hit 3,258 likes. So every week we're getting a few more each week, and we appreciate all that.
When I came on board, we were like 300. So
No, it was less than that. I just started it. I started it February 13, 2013. He's an honest man, but his numbers, they only add up in BC contracting. If it's anything else, come to Levine for the numbers. I forgot my pen because I left everything in the car. I didn't want to get all my stuff soaked. I didn't even bring my binder that Aaron Ward gave me. It's overstuffed. I was afraid he'd get wet. I thought somebody might dunk me a little bit early with ice water.
well, hey, your buddy from Ohio State, the linebacker from the Steelers, sure looked good against the Buffalo Bills.
Listen to his nickname. You missed it.
He
Tell
cut
him
that-
what his nickname is.
Smoking Ryan Shazier.
How about that?
Anoint him.
He did. And I
Anoint him.
told him that was ridiculous that he called
He
him
looks
smoking.
good on the inside. He looks good on the inside. He jumped that ball like it was playing Madden in the video game. So I'm promised with them, but he's inside. He's not outside. So that still remains to be seen what we're going to get from the outside linebackers. So.
I understand that.
And that secondary is as porous as it gets. You know, you got the Rabbit and Stonehands.
That's the best I've seen Jarvis Jones on Saturday.
You guys are too much. You got to watch tomorrow night because the Sandbox boys will be playing again in their sandbox.
For sure.
So, and we're going to be winding this down for some closing remarks, not to cut you short on Z time. Smoking Jim, you got anything happening this weekend or anything coming up the next couple days? We got Thursday night coming up, though.
Thursday night, can't wait. Looking forward to it. Pittsburgh Passion.
Jessica Lee, Jazz Networking Happy Hour at Stone Peppers Grill. If you haven't been there, the food's great. The owner's a great sports guy. Owned 1902, which had sports memorabilia from the 20s, 30s, all the way up to the modern era. Jeff Joyce is a great guy. Stone Pepper's Grill is only a few miles down the street smoking, Jim. 1614 Washington Road. See you there. Zach, maybe we'll see you make a guest appearance out there.
I don't see why not.
That'd be great if you can fit it in your busy schedule.
I'll try.
And if you're having sinus issues now, I hope that cold ice water doesn't bother you. You take that hat off and take it like a man.
I'm going to, folks.
Well, I'm getting fired up about it. I want to thank Dave Cable for letting us film the Ice Bucket Challenge. We got Devin Ward on the camera. He said he'll do a great job out there. Oh, I did it again. I'm looking at, that's Devin Shea and Aaron Ward. This happens on every close that I do it. Good night, folks. Watch us on Verizon 32 everywhere. Comcast 7 only on Bethel Park. YouTube 24/7. Every show we've done, every video we've done, even a promo video that I talk about why I'm doing Pittsburgh Sports Lines on there. And Batman, we got to go. That's it, folks. Have a safe trip home. See you next week. See you on Thursday. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. I got challenged by Chris Husser to take the Ice Bucket Challenge from AOS. Go to aos.org. You can donate. You don't have to do anything like this. If you want to get upset about it, just think about the fun you're having with fundraising. I've done a lot of it, so I wanted to take this challenge, and I'm fearless like it, so I'm going to get ready to go, Zach. And you're Zach Brenner.
And I've been called out by the Mayor Addison Brenner, George Phillips, David Danho, and Chris Husser.
Oh, what about me? I got the heaviest one. All right, let's go. Thanks, Chris. I want to challenge one of our KSWA announcers, Tom Liturgy, Bobby Puniverse, Lou Martin, Dr. Devastation, and any of the KSWA guys that don't want to do it, they should all do it because they're tough wrestlers.
And I'm going.
Get out there.
I'm going Dan J, Greg Rudolph, the Lumberjack, and Brutal Brendan Barrett.
Thanks for the crowd being here. We got a bigger crowd out here than we had in the bar.